Hi, welcome to my channel. This year, 2023, is going to be a year that I try some things in my life. Previously, in my YouTube career, I've tried some weekly vlogs of my life when I was living in China. I tried some travel vlogs of sorts when I was living in China. And if we really go far into my YouTube history, there's definitely some beauty videos in there, like what's in my purse and Sephora hauls, things like that. I must say, I did enjoy those videos very, very much. 2023 is going to be a year where I try something that I've titled the bucket list, or the fuck it bucket, something like that. I don't know. We're already at the end of January. I was hoping to achieve one of my bucket list items. I took the time to write down things that I have thought of time and time again that I would love to do this at some time in my life. And I just feel like I haven't really completed a lot of those things. From when I was a kid dreaming of being an artiste, and then as I got older, I wanted to be a chemoscientist, and then my adulthood, I wanted to learn another language, I wanted to do this, this, and this. Now, I'm not being harsh on myself. There are items on here that I have checked off. For example, going to China, traveling to China, I could check that off. Being a chemoscientist, which was my childhood dream, and as I grew older, I realized that that was just called a chemist. I'm gonna check that off. Not because I became a chemist, but because I went to school for field and wildlife biology and I did take chemistry classes, and chemistry is not for me. But at least I tried it, right? Being a chemoscientist, I can also check it off because scientist is part of that chemoscientist title, right? Field and wildlife biology. I got my bachelor's degree. I've done plenty of fun things with it. I went with one of my best friends out into the desert. We did a whole bunch of experiments, videos, footage of it. She wrote a paper on it. It was amazing. I'm marking it off. I don't, in my lifetime, I don't really see myself pursuing my life of science. That's fine. I've tried it. This is what I mean by I'm not being harsh with myself. January's video was actually supposed to be like an accomplishment. Like I accomplished my first thing for January. Now January's video is gonna be an introduction of what my plans are for the year. You know, it's okay. January's goal was to get a six-pack. Now, I started this goal in December, and I was telling my partner, I was like, 2023 is gonna be a year that I just really get shit done that I've always wanted to get done. And he's like, great, that's great. What do you wanna do for January? And I was like, get a six-pack. And he was like, which when he did that, I was a little bit offended because I was like, you think I can't do it? And then like 3 weeks into December, I was like, I can't do it. Holiday food, the dedication, the amount of working out, the diet that you have to maintain. It's not off my bucket list. It's just getting moved further on. And you know what, my journey, I'm 12 weeks in on consistent working out. I started in November. I'm 12 weeks in on consistent working out. I think maybe at the end of the year, I might be able to get a six-pack. Maybe next December, or maybe this December, I'll have my six-pack goal. But anyways, let me read off for you some of the goals on here. Be able to type without looking at the keyboard. This is something I remember as a child, playing those games. There's the shark, the piano one, cars, all of that. I just hated typing, and now as an adult, I am very bad at typing on the keyboard. And one of my core memories in college was doing a group lab project, and we had to type up our lab report, and they had given me the role of typing, which was fine, except it was so embarrassing. I was so slow, I couldn't get the letters right, I had to backspace a lot. I only stayed in that position for like 2 minutes, and then someone else was like, maybe I should type. Embarrassing, okay? I would like to be able to type on the keyboard without looking at it. That is a goal that I'm confident I can achieve if I just put in the time and effort. Make successful ASMR content. This is just like a fun goal for me. I love listening to ASMR content. I like listening to people eating seafood. Not eating other food, I just like listening to them eating seafood. I like unboxing ASMR, which is the content I'm currently trying to film and create. I think I can do it. Have PR sent to me. So I actually marked this off as complete. When I got into social media and into the beauty community, I really, really wanted to be able to have companies send me products that I can use and film and make content for. Makeup Revolution was the first company to ever do that for me, and I appreciate them to no end. I love, 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 love them for that. I have it on my list because there are other companies that I would like to work with. So I have, if you know how Notion works, I've actually created a page for it and I'm working on other things in there. But I have that as complete. Become proficient in Chinese. If you know, I lived in China for 3.5 years. My Chinese is not proficient, but it is better than the average person who's just like, I'm gonna learn Chinese today. So I'd like to become proficient. I'd like to have an HSK4 under my belt. Get sponsored by any company. Now this is half marked off because when I was streaming on Twitch, I did a Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship, but that's something that they send out to everyone. Everyone can just say, yes, I'd like to participate, X, Y, and Z. I would like to actually have a company work with me one-on-one, sponsor either a video, an Instagram post, a stream, whatever it may be. Have a six-pack, obviously. We know how that's going. Write a book. I have lots of book ideas that I've started in a Google folder, in a Google Drive folder, that I just haven't completed, haven't successfully done. So at some point in my life, I would like to do that. Be an artist. I would like to just create art. I would like to invite art into my life. Donate to a children's hospital. There was a big event that happened in my family, and I think that it's really important for kids and families of kids to have the best resources that they can, and I would love to be in a position in my life to be able to donate to a children's hospital. Start up a small scholarship fund. Again, same thing there. I was very blessed to be able to go to school and work and also get government funding and also have some family members help me out. I would like to pass that forward as well for other individuals who want to go to school. Have a makeup collaboration. So probably from 18 to 26, I was really into the social media beauty world. I would like to continue doing that. I would like to pursue that, as that was at one point an aspiration of mine. So it is on the fuck it bucket list. Own a truck. What I mean by own a truck is I would like to make enough money to buy myself my dream truck. It's expensive, it's vain, it's a material thing, but it's something that I wanted, so it is on my list. Donate money to my childhood school. I went to a really tiny school. I would love to see that school continue to stay open because it is small, it probably doesn't get the best funding, it's not well known. I'm not gonna share with you guys it. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. Doesn't matter. Donate to my high school. I'm really appreciative to the high school environment that I went to. I think it was really positive. I thought that there was great facilities there, and I would like to continue to see it work that way. Find my Japanese family. I've had an ethnicity crisis for probably about the last 5 years. I would love to meet and speak with my Japanese family and find my Italian family. Same. Voice in a movie. While I was in China, I did start to do voiceover work for children's books and educational materials, so like for English exams. Since then, I've done a few pieces in a video game called The World of Haiku. I can link that down below. I've also done it in a short film. The short film never got released because the director was still working on the film and wasn't pleased with the final cut. Fingers crossed that it ends up getting released, but you know, I'm not banking on it. I hope so, but who knows? Voice in an anime, voice in a cartoon. Yes, all of those. I'd like to pursue some more voice acting gigs. Make music. At least making an album would be pretty satisfactory in my life. Make a large centerpiece of art. This goes hand in hand with becoming an artiste. Go skydiving. I think that's straightforward. Learn a martial arts. I'm really into watching the UFC, and I think that every time I watch fights of some sort, whether it's a UFC, MMA, boxing, I feel like I could enjoy it. I don't want to become a black belt. If I do, I do. I'm not going to limit myself, but I would like to learn about it and enjoy it. Become proficient in Japanese, Spanish, and Russian. I have lots of aspirations in my life. Get a PhD. So I do have my bachelor's, I do have my master's. I would love to go forth and get my PhD. Maybe in entomology, that would be pretty cool. Or in viticulture. Own a small local winery. I feel like I'm really putting myself out there for these dreams, but all I did was I wrote a list down of all the things that I thought that I wanted to either do or have or pursue in my life, and this was one of them. Own a farmhouse by my sister. Travel to Italy, Wales, Ireland, Scotland, Peru, India, Maldives, Fiji, Croatia, Antarctica, Japan. Have a Rhodesian Ridgeback. That has been my dream dog since I got the dog encyclopedia book when I was like 12 years old. Rhodesian Ridgeback. Be a chemist scientist, I marked that off as done. Invent something. I'm not sure if this is something I still want to pursue, but I remember as a child very firmly wanting to become an inventor. So I wrote it down on the list. I have it categorized as childhood dream. Voice a Raid Shadow Legends commercial. I'm very obsessed with Raid Shadow Legends, so I would like to be a part of their commercial. Have an RSL character. I was really disappointed seeing some of the collaborations that they did for characters with Raid Shadow Legends, because I don't think that those individuals truly live and breathe Raid Shadow Legends like I do. So I would like to have a Raid Shadow Legends character. Be a spokesperson for Raid Shadow Legends. Minor obsession with the game. Learn basic photography skills. Hang a large photo I'm proud of. Paint a portrait of Taco that I'm proud of. Taco is my dog. Again, remember, part of my goals for being an artiste was to invite art into my life. Make a skincare line. Now, I actually wrote like 1/3 of a business plan and proposition for a skincare line. I'm actually gonna pull that proposition back out at the business plan and actually go through and see if I can complete that, because that is something that I wanted to do with my sister. Make a liquor line is also something that I wanted to do with my sister. So those are getting back on here. This is a funny one, maybe an idealistic one. Have 12K in passive income per year. So that's 1K per month in passive income. Experience Japan in all of its elements. What I mean by that is I want to experience it in winter, spring, summer, and fall. Act in a show, act in a film. The arts. I want to experience the arts. My whole life has either been sports or science or school. So I would like to pursue some other things in my life. And I think maybe that's where my obsession of the arts has come from, whether it's voice acting, physical acting, painting, photography, filmmaking, all of that. I want to get involved in other things. So that's pretty much what I have on my list right now. Obviously, your bucket list should continue to grow and get checked off as you live your life. So I'm hoping that this list gets longer. I then categorized my items. I have experience versus achievement. So is this an experience or is this an achievement I want? I have the cost, because your girl's a broke bitch. So to be able to do this for 2023, I needed to see if this was a free item, if this was something I needed to invest money in, is this something that was going to be ridiculously expensive, X, Y, and Z. So I have the cost. I have my predicted timeline. Is this gonna take a month, a year, unsure, 5 years, 10 years, a lifetime? Thus concludes the introduction to my fuck it bucket list. Join me on my journey. We'll see how I do these videos in the future. I think I will just film for the month or during my process for all of these items, and at the end of the month, I will release the video associated to that month's goal. For example, February, I'd like to type on a keyboard without looking, so I'll be recording footage behind the scenes until then, and then at the end of February, we check back in. If I don't complete these goals by the deadline that I set, I'm not upset. I'm not upset with that. If that means that I have to push out my goals, rearrange them, reevaluate everything, that's fine. A bucket list, actually I wrote the definition down on here. What is a bucket list? A bucket list is a number of experiences or achievements that a person hopes to have or accomplish during their lifetime. And I emphasize the word lifetime. I don't know if it was the pandemic. There was a lot of life changes happening for me when the pandemic hit. I moved to Australia. It was lockdown for 2 years. All of my friends are going on their life path. I'm going on my life path. My family's doing their thing. It was just a lot of changes, and I just feel like I haven't been living. That's my biggest concern. I feel like I haven't been living. So this year, I'm gonna try to fucking live. All right? I'll see you in February. Bye.